The station leading the way with exclusive interviews, stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs. Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
My wife, Isabel, is very intelligent. Certainly academically, and in most other ways too. She studied classics at Oxford, got in a year early despite struggling with her English as she's French. She's competed in national French literature and ancient Greek competitions, achieved a 19 out of 20 in her maths baccalaureate when it was exceptionally rare to do so. One of her close friends got an 18 out of 20 and then ended up doing a master's in physics at Cambridge. Isabel's dad was one of France's leading maths professors. Her mum has 5 degrees. But here's the thing. The only thing I found unattractive about Isabel when I first met her was that she was more intelligent than me. And I didn't tell her or anyone at the time that I felt this way. Men are intimidated by highly intelligent women, and we don't like to admit it. According to a 2015 academic study called Distance Makes the Heart Grow Fonder, men showed less attraction towards women who outsmarted them. Isabel was the only girl I'd gotten to know fairly well that didn't seem to admire my intelligence. I'd like to have had a bit of subliminal intellectual admiration from my life partner, be that knight in shining armor. So when I'd say we're going on holiday to Japan, she'd respond, "Oh, darling, what a wonderful, intelligent choice you've made. You're so wise." But Isabel was not going to give me any of that. It was Isabel's stepfather, an ex-Oxford Don, who once essentially described Isabel's mother in glowing terms with a heavy emphasis on her intelligence, which induced in me a paradigm shift. I began to think for the first time that perhaps I was seeing this the wrong way. Perhaps Isabel's intelligence could actually, possibly, be a positive. Now, a few years later, we were married, and I've really come to realize that the advantages of a super smart partner infinitely outweigh their disadvantages. So let me tell you a few. First is that, we have intelligent discussions on a day-to-day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, it's Monday. I'm back in the building.
with another fire topic. This one was submitted to us by Nikki from the SIP. She tells us that this is not her topic. This is a topic that was given to her by a friend of hers who wanted us to break this down. Now, tonight's topic, does your woman suffer or thrive in BDE? Instead of saying the whole D word, we'll just say ick. Big ick energy. Big ick energy or big deterrent. Why men fear women who own the room. This topic is quite apropos for today's times that we are living in, right? Because that has been part of the narrative created for why Kamala wasn't elected the first African-American / Asian woman to be president of the United States. Why are women with BDE seen as a challenge rather than a partner in relationship? Does society condition men to view powerful women as competition instead of collaborators? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know your thoughts on this. How the masculinity crisis fuels is there I guess you could, that's a whole nother topic. Is there a masculinity crisis? I'd like to know. Call in tonight. 1-800-920-1580. How the masculinity crisis fuels resistance to strong, assertive women. The double standard of power. When alpha men praise confidence but punish assertive women. Ooh, we gonna have some people upset tonight, I guess. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready. Shout out to TD Jakes, man. We praying for you, brother. I don't care what they said about you. Nobody wants to see a man have a stroke or some kind of illness live on television. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. So, it's up for God to judge you, not me. I'm not gonna look at that and cheer like some of our people do, but I digress. Why do men idolize dominance in themselves but demonize it in women? How might so-called toxic masculinity undermine the growth of equitable relationships? Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? I feel like I want to read that one again. Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? Let's go even deeper. Let's go even deeper. Do men want a yes man in their woman? They merely just want a cheerleader. Because if you're intimidated by her intelligence, you clearly don't want her to be smarter than you. And if she's not at least as smart as you, how can she help correct you? When she's the closest person to you, she should be able to pull you by your coattails and pull you to the side, right? And be able to up-level you on some levels. And then, people in our chat are saying some do. Yes, we already know that. But the narrative that's being pushed as one of the main reasons for why Kamala did not win was because men are not ready for a woman of any race to be the president of the United States. So, are y'all listening? Are men truly attracted to strong women, or do they secretly crave subservience? From boss bae to bedmate. Do men really know how to handle a CEO at home? Ugh. Are y'all ready for tonight's topic? I'm quite interested. Can modern men turn off their need for control when dating high-achieving women? 1-800-920-15. Why emotional intelligence is the secret weapon men need to support assertive women. Ugh. Is societal conditioning sabotaging intimacy and career-driven women? That's a powerful question. Is societal conditioning sabotaging intimacy with career-driven women? Is BDE a socially transmitted disease among women or a revolutionary awakening? Woo! Who's ready to have this conversation? Should she follow his lead at every turn? What qualifies him to be able to do that? To earn such leadership? Why is women's empowerment so threatening to patriarchal norms? How labeling BDE as aggressive undermines women's right to self-expression. Are y'all with? This is going to be interesting. I see the phone lines are... Softness as a privilege. Why assertive women are denied vulnerability in relationships. Oh, I got so many questions. Competing or connecting. Why men destroy what they once loved about strong women. Are you ready for tonight's topic? The voice of reason is on fire. Does your woman have a sexually or societally transmitted disease known as BDE? Big ick energy. I want to know. We got questions. We got callers. When we come forward, we're going to get to all of it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying Black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, Black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. Fire, 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 fire. Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. This a vibe, do your dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world concrete, flowers grow. Heartache, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
One must have that quality of intelligence. That intelligence is denied when you are conforming to a pattern. Laid down by the gurus, by doesn't matter who, some idiotic person. Or conforming, imitating.
Wait, stop right there. Bring it back to the top. Did you hear what he said? You can't be intelligent if you're always conforming to a pattern. Well, gender roles are a pattern, right? And if the gender role is misconstrued or misinterpreted as the men must be the leader of all things in the relationship, right? The leader of intelligence. In other words, the woman must lean on the man for wisdom, knowledge, insight, direction. So what is Krishnamurti saying? Krishnamurti is saying intelligence, he said the highest form of it is to be able to observe without judgment, right? Are men misconstruing what the gender roles actually mean? Are we just looking at the societal pattern of women and holding them to that? Just be nurturing, just be a mama, just be barefoot, just cook. You got to know the seasoning ratios, right? Is that what we're holding women to? Or women as human beings deserve every right to be as intelligent as men, and even more so if they cultivate it, right? I want you guys to listen to how he sets it up when he's talking about intelligence. I believe women deserve to be as intelligent as they can cultivate. If they can cultivate super genius status. If my daughter could do it, why would I stand in her way? Would I then tell her, you're not going to be able to find a man because you're going to intimidate him because you're too smart? Listen, play it again.
One must have that quality of intelligence. That intelligence is denied when you are conforming to a pattern. Laid down by the gurus, by doesn't matter who, some idiotic person. Or conforming, imitating, following. Therefore, there is.
It's because sometimes Krishnamurti could be too much. He's like philosophical cheesecake. You can only take a couple bites. You can't eat a whole slice of Krishnamurti. But did you hear what he said about conforming? And I hear people in the chat talking about, yes, there are some people who want to be trad wives, traditional wives. until they live that life, and then they want to jump out the window. Right? Do you understand? A trad wife, a traditional wife, anything that is traditional is a pattern. Tradition is just a euphemism for pattern. This is what we've traditionally done. Tradition is the known. Are men trying to keep women back because they fear the unknown and they miss the old times where the woman was like a lap dog who followed after him and needed him for everything? Have men been conditioned to be a type of narcissist where validation and approval is constantly poured onto you because of your resources, your protection, your provision, your presence? Very interesting stuff tonight. In an era where traditional gender roles are increasingly challenged, the concept of BDE, big ick energy, right, in women characterized by assertiveness, confidence, and decisiveness has sparked debates about power, identity, and relationships. The paradoxical attraction to and fear of women embodying such traits often reflects deeply ingrained societal constructs, unresolved personal trauma, and the absence of emotional attunement. Through the lens of psychology, spirituality, and relational dynamics, on tonight's topic, we're going to explore how some women with BDE can thrive in relationships while addressing the societal and emotional complexities men and women face in navigating these dynamics. I know a lot of men don't want to talk about their wounds tonight, but we'll see. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get Cynthia from Mississippi in here. I believe Cynthia is the author of tonight's topic. Can we talk about it? Cynthia.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing fine. Thank you all for having me.
Why did you create this topic, Cynthia? You know men are going to be jumping through the roof because you done pulled this out. What's going on?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited. Nikki talks about you guys all the time, and she loves you, so by default I have to. Here's the thing. I had an experience where a gentleman whom I was not talking to, actually I brought a girl to visit him. I gave them a distance of 3 to 6 feet so they could have their discussion. And because I was quiet on my phone and just not listening to their conversation, he accused me of having ick energy. And then he went on to try to berate me because I was calm and confident, as I know. I've been that since I was 5 years old. I didn't know that's what it was, but I've been that all my life. And so it just, initially I'm able to overlook it, but this particular time, because honestly I was tired, because I am a business owner and I do have a full-time job and I do have life that happens. I just wasn't feeling it that day, so I gave him what he was looking for. It's like when you swat at a wasp, you can't be mad when you swat at the wasp and get the stinger.
Ooh.
He got the stinger that day. Intentionally.
Wait, but you brought it. Like, I don't want to say this, and I don't want to be like me. You brought him a woman for him to get to know? Let's get back.
No, I dropped him off. My girlfriend was dating him, or they're socializing. I have no idea. But she asked me for a ride, and I'm going to be honest, to the Kroger, the grocery store. I'm not judging. I dropped her off at the grocery store where he came out in the apron and he works in the grocery. I guess he works in produce. I have no idea. But I was just dropping her off. I was not a part of their conversation. I was in the capacity of friendship. But when he said that to me, I just had enough, because I work very hard on trying to be confident for me, not to exude that I feel like I'm more than anyone, but I don't say anything that I don't mean, and I give people their space.
So
Nikki
Cynthia,
and I are similar.
So Cynthia,
Yes.
in a way, you did pop off on him.
I let him have it. I'm not going to even lie. I let him have it because he didn't know me and I wasn't a part of the conversation. But if you're going to bring me in, You're going to attack me, bite me, I'm going to give you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I realized he was a little person. It's hard to be big. You want to be big, but you can't be big when little got you. I'm sorry. Little's got you. You can't be big. There's nothing I can do. I am Nikki's good friend, but I'm going to tell you something between me and Nikki. Nikki is the wordsmith. I feel the emotion first. You give me a minute, I'm going to circle around to it. But initially, it depends on how you approach me. I'm not going to have that. Let me calmly tell you barrier. I match energy. So whatever energy you give me, that's what I give you back. Because some people don't learn the lesson unless they get that. That doesn't mean that I am trying to walk around and be a man. But, and I think that be-ick energy is about being calm. You're just confident. I'm calm and I'm confident. And I'm quiet really with people that I don't know.
Okay.
Because I have to see who you are.
Stay with me, Cynthia. Stay with me. Don't leave. First thing I need to know real quick. Oh, Lord.
Sure.
She said he was little.
Sure.
First thing I need to know is, what's your birthday real quick?
April 25th.
Okay, Taurus, here we go. When we come forward, oh my goodness, we're going to continue this conversation with Cynthia from Mississippi.
Baby, you was lost, straight close, and I'm with you, everything goes. Come and put that on my soul, Robbie, clown, wrist, froze, check, down, on the way home. This world, concrete flowers grow, heartache, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give this nobody no sympathy. I'll take away the pain, I'll give you everything.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Closing arguments in Daniel Penny's New York subway manslaughter trial will begin after Thanksgiving. Penny's defense argues he did not intend to kill a homeless black man, Jordan Neely, but acted in self-defense. Prosecutors say Penny continued choking Neely after the threat was gone. Spelman College is now looking for a new president. The Atlanta HBCU announced that Dr. Helene Gale announced she was leaving her position at the head of the school. The Powhatan, Virginia NAACP honored 93-year-old Florine Bell for her civil rights work on Saturday at Mount Zion Baptist Church. Bell recalls witnessing Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, calling it exciting, but noting the dream still remains unfulfilled. And according to the Farm Bureau Federation, a traditional Thanksgiving dinner will cost less this year, with a meal for 10 averaging $50. That's down $10 from 2023 thanks to lower prices for turkeys and other staples. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Having the time of your life is more rewarding than ever when you visit any MGM Rewards destination nationwide. Dine, stay, play, and earn on all of it. Details at MGMRewards.com. Subject to earning and redemption limitations applicable to certain purchases and in certain states.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Chevrolet, Together, let's drive.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
For older adults in LA County, staying connected is more important than ever. Free Wi-Fi access helps you keep in touch with loved ones, stay informed, and manage your health through telehealth services. Whether video chatting with family, following news, or accessing health info, the internet is here to help. Don't miss out. Find your connection at libraries, parks, and community centers. To learn more about these resources, visit lacountyandU.com. That's lacountyandU.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
To replay, press.
That's Damian Reed on the drums. That's Vicente Archer on the bass. I'm Robert Glasper. Hope you enjoy it so far. Rest in peace, Jimmy.
Negging is a type of backhanded compliment. It's also a form of manipulation, and it's often the earliest red flag you'll encounter with a new person. Today, we're taking a deep dive into this manipulative tactic that's so popular in the pickup artist community and among narcissists. And yes, there's definitely some crossover. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Common Ego community, where we talk about all kinds of manipulation tactics. So if you like this video, you might want to consider subscribing. Today we're talking about a tactic that you all know very well, but you may not have had a name for it. The name is negging, and you could also call it a backhanded compliment, but it's a backhanded compliment that's specifically disguised as flirting. It's usually used as a conversation starter that at the same time takes a jab at the other person's confidence. And that may sound so off to some of you, like how is insulting someone considered flirting? Well, it follows the same misguided ideology as telling a little girl who's being bullied by a boy on the playground that he's flirting and deep down really likes her. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but we probably shouldn't teach kids to associate abuse and affection together. Because both the girl and the boy may grow up thinking that things like negging and other manipulative tactics are a good idea. So is everyone who does that a raging narcissist? Well, no, but you can tell a lot about a person by how they communicate, especially early on. So someone may actually use the negging tactic for a variety of reasons, and I want to quickly touch on a few of them. First, someone may use negging to stand out. You know, everyone compliments an attractive person. Not everyone has the nerve to insult them. They may also do it as a show of confidence. Imagine how confident you must be to insult someone to their face. That was sarcasm. It's actually not really confident.
Cynthia, I gotta get you back in here. Cynthia from Mississippi. You gotta turn your living room down. We can hear it.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you this question, Cynthia.
All right.
Was the brother negging you? Did he, based on what this lady described, was he negging you? Was he disrespectful in what he said to you that made you pop off? I just need to know.
I took it as disrespect.
Was his tone bad?
His tone was bad.
His tone
and
was
he pointed his finger.
Oh.
And then he's pointing his finger.
Okay.
Like you throw somebody over there? Like you point over there? Because I'm like 3 to 6 feet away. I did what in the South what we normally do. When you come up to someone, you say, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And they speak and they introduce themselves. And if you're not a part of the conversation, you back away.
You move on about your business. You done said hi.
Absolutely. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself as I drop this girl off, this wouldn't be me. But I'm not even facing them to even figure out what their conversation is. And so when he says, well, hey, you got the big ick energy. Your friend over there got big ick energy. Look how she's standing over there off to herself.
So he was antagonizing.
Like
he was antagonizing towards you.
He antagonized me.
Now, my question is, let me just ask one more question, because I'm going to let you break it all the way down for us.
Proceed.
Is he the first person to say you had big ick energy?
Yes. My face.
To your face.
To my face.
But others may have said it behind your back.
Of course, people talk about you behind the back. I have no doubt that someone said something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a person I did not know, and this is a person who I was not involved in their conversation. He said that to me, and I was like, okay, what do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
And then his aggression toward me was in explanation. What do you mean what I mean? I said what I mean, blah, blah, blah. And so we just had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally, because I love my brothers,
mm-hmm.
I would never publicly embarrass one or shame one. I like the chocolate. I love my brothers. I would pull them aside. But wherever you do something publicly, if you chose to do that publicly, we were in the parking lot, I'm going to give you what you gave me. Because I don't want to be
You matched his aggression. You mirrored him.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Uh-huh.
And that's not something I like to do because I work hard at controlling what I know can be a hostile takeover if necessary.
I hear you. Now, my other question is, how did you feel about it after you got taken to that level?
I was upset with myself because I went there. I wasn't upset because of what I said to him, because I
meant what you said.
Absolutely.
Right.
I just think that could I have done it better? Yeah. Do I think I was emotional? No, I was just angry because how dare you who don't know me, and I'm probably frustrated because I had to bring somebody to see you simple person that you are.
Oh, you still mad? Come on, Taurus,
I'm
let
big
it go.
mad. I'm big mad at my friend. I'm mad at my girlfriend now. Because she shouldn't have put me in a situation where I had to do that because that's not something I do. She didn't give me the full details. And even afterward, she was like, well, he was just playing with you. You didn't have to do all that. So that pissed me off too.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you justifying you taking it to the nth degree? Are you justifying that because he was wrong? Or do you find some room for you to grow in this whole situation? Like, number one, you could have walked away, right? It's not always easy to walk away, but...
It is not.
Yeah, but you could have, right?
I could have. I'm not trying to justify. I was wrong for some of the words that I said to him. I was not wrong, I feel, in expressing myself. I could have expressed it better, but I didn't. And at the time, I didn't feel like I was wrong. But in hindsight, I probably could have been a little more tactful.
Right,
in what I said and how I said it.
You never know what's cracking inside a man's brain. He might have, you know, took it to another level. You know, you never know who you're dealing with, really, in my opinion, until you...
Well, you know, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. There's always a weapon of something around me, on me, or near me. So I wasn't really afraid of that.
Listen, don't talk about your weapons on the radio. We don't want nobody to come look for you, child. I'm trying to set you up to be accountable because, you know, men gonna say, women ain't accountable. Look, you done apologized. You done said I could have did it different. I'm trying to set you up. And then you say you got the 38 special on you. Like, I ain't worried about it.
I didn't say I had a 38. I said there's always some form of weapon. I've already had that training. I think that he was looking at both of us. And I'm going to be honest with you, because you know how you guys meet somebody and you give them that up and down look? That's one of the reasons why I gave him that distance, because I wasn't interested. So when I didn't respond to what apparently his gee gaga, because I don't grin a lot at people, because Betty Wright said you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. Certainly not to somebody else's man.
Okay.
And so I didn't give him probably what he was looking for that she was giving a lot of. And I found that I think that I have to release her because I think that she's what I call a tag-along. When you elevate yourself to a certain place, that doesn't mean that you're lofty. That just means that if it's not protecting your peace, you got to let it go, and that includes people. Now, concerning him, I could have handled that better, but that prompted me to anger real fast. And it prompted me, one, because I felt like you gave me an up and down, and you're not here to see me. You're here to see her. She's here to see you, and I bought her.
Now,
because I'm not... Go ahead.
I'm going to give you this little piece. Gemini and Taurus are probably two of the angriest signs in the zodiac.
I have no doubt.
Because we have little tolerance for stupidity.
All the time.
Taurus is the mental of the physical, and Gemini is the physical of the mental. We're right next door to each other. First comes Taurus, then comes Gemini. And at the end of the day, impatience with people that are not quick on the uptake, people that don't understand, people you got to reiterate things to and constantly remind and break it down again and again. We have very little tolerance for that, especially if they don't respect the information, they don't read the room. So I'm just going to ask you this question, and I want you to be brutally honest with me. Okay?
I will.
Do you think you're somewhat aggressive? And I'm talking about not what anybody else has to say, but your own thought process. Do you think you're somewhat assertive, somewhat aggressive, or do you feel like you're more laid back?
I'm assertive. I'm assertive in what I want. And I say what I want. Normally I'm tactful. I'm aggressive when I feel that people are attacking me. That's when my aggression comes out.
That's when the horns come out.
That's when the horns come out. I don't walk around just biting everybody's head off and just getting you told. You know, just because I can do it don't mean I do. I have some level of control over that. But when you bring it directly to me, I have no other option. I can't escape. You know, there's a wall. And now I'm thinking to myself, well, I might meet you again. And obviously I'm going to meet you at the grocery store. I might meet you again in the meat aisle. Yeah. I don't need you to come up to me with that foolishness in the meat aisle in Kroger, and I'm in the chicken wings being escorted out.
Hey, listen, my sister is a Taurus, so I totally understand.
I will give you my last, and God knows, I will go to the nth degree to help you. But I love my brothers. I just wish that if you felt that I was quiet, or you could have just said, hey, is everything all right? You kind of stand off. I would have told you, no, I'm just giving y'all the time to talk.
Right.
I don't get in people's conversations. I would have given you that. But for you to give me a title that you don't, only thing I said was hello. You gave me that title and you tried to lower me because where you were, obviously, is where you didn't want to be. I'm not responsible for how you feel about how I present myself. That's your problem. It's not mine.
Listen here. Guess what you just did, Cynthia? Do you know?
What?
You brought Mississippi in the building. Cynthia, I love you for this call. This was a great call. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete fire.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you lay awake at night worrying about what to buy everyone on your holiday list? Yeah, it's stressful. And half the time you don't even get the right thing. Well, Skechers is here for a holiday rescue with hands-free Skechers slip-ins. The right gift for everyone on your list. Think about it. People love their shoes. And once they try hands-free Skechers slip-ins, it takes that love to a whole new level. Why? Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching your shoes, no retying laces. Plus, Skechers slip-ins are perfect for everyone. Moms, dads, grandparents, kids, friends, coworkers. Just sneak into their closet, get their shoe size, and you're good to go. Plus, they come in everyone's favorite styles and colors, from sneakers to casual shoes, even winter boots. And they look so stylish, and they're the most comfortable shoes they'll ever wear. So, this season, save time, quit your worrying, and get everyone on your list hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Holiday crisis averted. Now go get some rest. Find them for the holidays at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's hunt.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. So in this week's video, I wanted to talk about assertiveness. So I get a lot of questions regarding boundaries, and I've definitely talked a lot about boundaries in a lot of my videos, but someone recently asked me, how do I be assertive when I'm dealing with either a toxic person or an unhealthy person or strong personality, someone that's manipulative, or just really how to be assertive in general, just with people, telling people what you think and how you feel and what you need out of a relationship. And so for this video, I want to give you some tips that will help you to learn more about assertiveness. So people that are often not really assertive, they tend to fear rejection. They have this belief within themselves that if I assert myself, that I'm either going to be pushy, or the stigma around being assertive with what you think and how you feel, that you would be labeled bitchy or bossy, or perhaps that you are always up against a manipulative person, a strong personality, and you fear that kind of interaction. You fear that assertiveness and standing up for yourself. So a lot of the reasons why we aren't assertive is because of that lack of self-esteem and self-confidence within ourselves. So when we're working on loving ourselves and we're working on, managing our emotions and learning how to have positive and healthy self-talk, learning how to parent ourselves, doing our affirmations, all of these little tools and tips that we're learning about, they all come together to help build our self-esteem. One of the things that I always say is in order to really build your self-esteem and your self-confidence, you have to take action. So it's almost like showing yourself that you're worthy and that you can do it. So like with anything, the minute you accomplish something and you think to yourself, wow, I didn't think I could do that, and I did.
I believe that women are starting not to care. This assertiveness might be a product of just not caring anymore. Women had to care back in the day in order to be taken care of. They don't have to be taken care of anymore. Just hear me out. I think now it's, if I choose to, I'll do it. And if I don't, I don't. It's really that simple. I think this new assertiveness that people are talking about is born out of a covert, faux, sweetness, faux empathy. If you know honey gets more than salt, and you're in a time where, well, this is the only source, I think a lot of women did a lot of covert sweetness back in the day, even when they didn't want to be sweet. And I think right now it's, I don't have to do that. So they're being assertive. They are speaking their truth. They're standing on what they stand on. They're saying, no, I'm not going to deal with that. And I think men are having a problem with that. Right? Attila says, be yourself, period. Yes, I think it's easier now for women to be themselves than it was, say, 35, 40 years ago. It was a bit harder for women to be themselves. They're coming into it, and now, generations later, they're being really assertive about what they want. And I think kindness and nurturing and all of that, they might not want to give it. Now, for the men, according to Patrick Carnes and his work on trauma bonding, it sheds light on the paradox of men being both attracted to and intimidated by women with BDE. Trauma bonding, which arises from cycles of fear, dependence, and intense connection, can cause men to idealize a woman's strength while simultaneously resenting her for it. Ugh. Ugh. For some men, a woman's independence and emotional resilience triggers subconscious fears of inadequacy rooted in unresolved childhood trauma. As Carnes suggests, these unresolved wounds can create a dynamic where men project their insecurities onto women, mistaking assertiveness for rejection or control. This paradox is further exacerbated by contrasting attachment styles. For example, an avoidantly attached man might distance himself from a woman with BDE, perceiving her strength as a threat to his autonomy, while an anxiously attached partner might feel losing her approval, right, leading to power imbalances. Emotional attunement, the capacity to understand and empathize with a partner's emotional state, can serve as a corrective force, helping both individuals transcend trauma-induced perception. This is quite interesting. This is quite interesting. I want to get somebody in here to talk. But we're up against the clock. Men, what if you have an assertive woman who's actually emotionally attuned? What if she has a high emotional IQ and can articulate that her intelligence is no threat to you? Would you listen? I think her having all of these tools are great, but I think it's more important that we as men cultivate some of these tools. We need a higher emotional IQ. Again, you have to remember, we're conditioned in this society to suppress and repress how we feel. And so it's hard for us to articulate what's going on the inside. And I think when we can't effectively articulate our emotions, we tend to make bad decisions. Oh, is there any brother that'll disagree with me? 1-800-920-1580. Listen, when we come forward, the phone lines are cracking. We're going to talk to everybody.